Hi guys, welcome back to my podcast. I told you guys, next video I'm gonna have a microphone and I'm back. So sorry it's taken 4 weeks, guys. If you've been following me on social media, but if you follow me on social media, you know that I had a diagnostic laparoscopy. I was actually meant to record um, before I had my operation, but my microphone didn't come on time, and I did say the next video I want my microphone's gonna be there. And I didn't want to disappoint, and I didn't want this to kind of like turn into like a um I wanted it to be more of like a podcast, you know. So I was like, I need to make sure I have everything. But yeah, now I do. So just making sure it's recording. So yeah. But anyways, yeah, so I had my diagnostic laparoscopy on the 9th of Feb. The reason I didn't really mention it to anyone apart from my family and friends is I just feel like certain things you should just keep to yourself until you feel ready to share it with people. And yeah, it's surgery, but I feel like because it was a diagnostic one to kind of diagnose me, and I feel like women, especially with endometriosis, knows how it goes. Um, we've been disappointed a lot, and I'm not just saying endo. Like I said previously, when I'm talking about how we would feel like mentally, physically, whatever. I'm not just speaking about people with endometriosis. Even if you've been undiagnosed and they just say you have dysmenorrhea or period pains, I'm speaking about you as well, okay? Fibroids, cysts, adenomyosis, however you pronounce it, whatever. I'm speaking about all of us, but like I said, because I suffer with endometriosis, I'm trying to kiss the microphone because I have endo. That's what I'm gonna speak about. But when I say endo, like I'm talking about all of us. Right? Cool. So yeah, I feel like because I'm so used to being disappointed when it comes to hospitals and tests and scans, I don't know how I would have felt if I know I would obviously feel disappointed, but like just waking up and then being like, yeah, we didn't find nothing. Um, yeah, we don't know what the period pains are, but yeah, there's always a risk of them not finding anything. Which would really like my heart actually goes out to girls who have had so many surgeries and they don't find nothing. Because my thing is like, if I have surgery, you better find something. Do you get it? You better find something because the recovery has not been easy, and I'm still recovering till this day. But I've tried to make so many videos like um, from the moment I got not the moment I got home, but a few days after I got home. But I was in so much pain. I had to stop in the middle of recording and just go to bed. I didn't want to force it, but now I feel better. I got my nails done. My brother paid for my nails. Shout out to my brother because he always pays. But yeah, I was like, I might as well just film a video. So yeah, I had my diagnostic laparoscopy, and they found stage 1 endometriosis. Endo has 4 stages, um, and I just want to say, if you have stage 1, like there's not, you could have stage 1 and have the worst pain in the world, and you can have stage 4 and not have like barely any pain. So if you have stage 1, don't feel like your how you feel or your pain is invalidated because it's not up to 4. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, she found stage 1 endometriosis, and it was literally just like 2 black specks like across my. I thought my brother was black. I love my brother so much, but yeah, I thought it was two black specks like across my uterus, which is like placed in different spots. And also, so going into the surgery, she basically said it was either um, endometriosis or adhesions. I've had 2 surgeries prior, and she said it could be the scar tissue is basically like really thick and connecting to like my organs or intestines or whatever. So she actually found both. She found endo, and also my scar tissue was connecting, like joining my other organ. So she removed that as well, and she removed the endo. Obviously, they grow back, but the purpose of this surgery was a diagnostic one. So yeah, I'll talk about recovery later on, but I just kind of wanted this video to be more about like my story with endometriosis and just painful periods in general and how I've coped and like just throughout the years. So I first, I think I started my periods around like 12. And this is a weird fact. Apparently, the younger you are when you start your period, the more likely you are to have endometriosis. And it kind of makes sense because I honestly feel like hormones, like, I don't know how to describe it, but I just feel like a 12-year-old shouldn't be dealing with period pains. And that's not my period at 12. And it's just, yeah, no. The normal age to start periods is actually 16. Anything below, it's very young. Anywho, so yeah, I started my periods at 12. 12, 13, either 12 or 13, but I was in my early teens. And I've always suffered with painful periods, always. I don't know what it's like to have a pain-free period. I've always suffered with painful periods. There have been times where it's not as painful as, like, 1 month may be a bit less painful, but it's always been painful. And I had an ovarian cyst that ruptured on my ovary at the age of 14, I believe. I went into hospital, I went into A&E 4 times. 4 times. And they were like, they kept sending me away until one day I'm just trying to think, I don't want this video to be long, but then again, it's actually a podcast, so I can talk as much as I like. Alright, cool. So my symptoms for the ruptured cyst, from what I can remember, my appetite went, I couldn't walk properly, I couldn't stand straight, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't lie on my side, I felt really dizzy, I lost a lot of weight because I couldn't eat, had no appetite, I don't know if I said that. I can't remember, but I think those were the main symptoms. So yeah, I went into A&E for the 4th time. They tried to send me away. The doctor actually tried to say that I'm skinny and the pain I'm having is probably due to hunger because I wasn't eating, and he said that's probably the reason why my stomach's hurting so bad. And my mum flipped. And they had to put her into another room. And I've always been a skinny girl. Now I'm slim, but I've always been very like slim skinny because I used to do ballet and tap dancing for like 10-12 years. And just in general, like everyone in my family, we're all very slim people, you know, like we can tone up real quick, but we're very slim people. So the doctor saying that, my mum just flipped because she was like, my daughter's in pain. We've been A&E for, this is our 4th time coming, and you want to tell me that I'm not feeding my child? You want to tell me that the reason that my daughter's in pain is because she's hungry? Are you sick? My mum flipped. They put her into another room and they said, okay, they had to get another doctor because my mum was not having it, and got another doctor. The doctor said they're going to admit me. They don't know what the reason is. I had plenty of ultrasounds prior. And the reason I always tell girls to have transvaginal scans instead of ultrasounds is because ultrasounds aren't going to pick up a cyst. They're not going to pick up a lot of things, but the only thing is you're not going to get given an ultrasound if you're a virgin. You're not. And that's the problem. I don't know if there's any other way. I think maybe you can get a CT scan if you're younger or you're a virgin, or an MRI scan. But the flip side to that is that scans don't always pick up endometriosis. But at that time, endometriosis wasn't even in no one's brain, you know? You can probably pick up things like cysts and stuff, but endo, you need to really go in. That's the best way to like have surgery, to have a diagnostic laparoscopy. So anyway, I had so many ultrasounds prior, everything came back as normal. I got admitted anyways. The doctor said he doesn't know what it is. He don't know. But they're gonna admit me just so they can monitor me over the next few days. The pain got worse and worse and worse. One day, I was screaming and crying in pain in the middle of the night, and I was on a children's ward, bear in mind, and I felt so bad because I was like the oldest there, and there were like kids younger than me. Their parents were like, they were holding their babies, coming into like the little like, see when you pull the curtain in your bedstead, they were like peeping and asking my mum if I need anything, if she needs anything, if they can be there to support my mum, because it was so bad, guys. It was so bad. And doctors came at like 2 in the morning, and they were like, we don't know what is going on, but we're gonna have to do an emergency operation on you in the morning because what the hell? They initially thought it was my appendix. Opened me up now the next morning, had my operation, and they found my appendix was perfectly intact, but they took that out as well just in case it caused disruption in the future. And they found the ruptured cyst that was apparently bigger than a tennis ball. And the surgery was meant to take apparently an hour, ended up taking up 5 hours. And I remember waking up and the doctors were just like, yeah, my mum told me, she was like, they found a cyst on your ovary. And I was like, what? I didn't know cyst, ovary. I was like, huh? What is that? Like, what? I remember Googling it on my phone, like, what the fuck is that? Like, what the hell is that? Mum, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I'm gonna swear, babe. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I was just like, what the hell is that? I've never heard of that in my life. I think I've probably heard of ovaries a few times by the age of 14, but like not to the point where I know in and out like what it is, like what a cyst is, why it's on my ovary. I didn't know. And I remember so many nurses came up to me like, you're so young to be going through this. Like, wow, they proper sympathised with me. And I was just thinking, go through what? Like, what is this? Little did I know, that was the beginning of the end. That was the beginning of the end, bro. Like, so anyways, yeah, they took that out, got sent home. So I had an open surgery for that because they initially thought it was my appendix. So yeah. And then, yeah, they said my period pain should get better. And one thing I do want to say as well is that don't believe doctors when they say you're too young to have anything. You're not too young. And it's a shame, it's unfortunate. But realistically speaking, no one's too young to have nothing. If you have a sister, or even yourself, if you're going through something, or you have a sister, a little sister, or a niece, or a goddaughter, whoever, and they're suffering with painful periods, and doctors say that they're too young to have endometriosis, or they're too young to have cysts, or they're too young to have PCOS, please don't believe them. Get further testing. If you can afford private healthcare, please get private healthcare. Speak to your mum about it, your dad about it, your parents about it. Or if you're witnessing someone go through the pain, please take it upon yourself, because no one's too young to go through nothing. And that's one thing I've learned. And it's not like I'm glad that I'm going through this, but it's happening. There's nothing I can do. But I just feel like with the knowledge and experience that I've had, if I do have daughters, they're not going to go through half the shit I've been through. Even if, God forbid, they have periods as painful as mine, I will not allow a doctor to make them feel like, God forbid any of my daughters feel how doctors have made me feel, basically. Like, they will not go through that in the slightest. Because me, I will fight. There's no way in hell. And I'm so happy that my mum has been my advocate for so many years. My mum comes, till this day, my mum comes with me to every single appointment. Like, she's been there for me. She's been my advocate. She's been there when I'm crying in front of doctors when I can't speak. She's spoken for me. Like, I don't know what I'll do without my mum. I honestly, like, people will say this, but me, I don't know what my mum is my best friend. She is my sis. She is my mum. I love her to death. Like, I will do anything for my mum, and I'm so grateful and blessed to have a mum so amazing in my life. And I honestly wish everyone could experience the same love, or like just have someone in your life that, you know, that you love that much, basically. But yeah, my mum has been my advocate, and like I said, if you know a girl, a woman, whoever, just anyone in your life that has a chronic condition, right, whether it be endo, sickle cell, fibromyalgia, whatever it is, please just be their advocate for them, because it does get draining, and having to explain the same thing to doctors over and over again to be getting dismissed, it will do a toll on your mental health. Endometriosis is not deadly, you can't die from it, but you can end up being extremely suicidal from it. And even me, like, speaking about this, like, I'm not someone who's like, I don't speak about my business and I don't speak about my mental health. And if you know me personally, like, you know that I'm a very like lit, ooh, gang, we outside, turn up. But so like even me having a podcast, I've kind of like realized, okay, I'm gonna have to kind of speak about deep shit. And obviously not that there are certain things that y'all really don't need to know. But yeah, like, I've been very suicidal, like very like it scared me. It scared me because it's this journey is not easy. It's not, and it's something that I've had to accept as I've gone older. That as much as people pray, and to be fair, miracles happen in it, but me living with endometriosis and me accepting that it's not something that can just go. I've had to accept it, and it's been hard to accept. Now I'm fine with it. It is what it is. Literally, that's my mindset. It is what it is. But initially, like it is hard. It's hard to accept. And so I'm looking at my mirror. Yeah, but but yeah, it's hard to accept. And yeah, like endo's not deadly, but dealing with a chronic condition to this extent can make someone off themselves, and I'm just keeping it a buck. Um, but yeah, anyways, like I was trying to say, so oh, hands, from my operation, like my first operation, it was just in and out of hospital. Them saying my periods will get better. Them saying when I have kids, my periods will get better. I was 14. I'm not gonna pop out of you just for my periods to get. What kind of irresponsible selfishness is that? Stupid. Doctors need to stop saying that as well. So anywho, periods were getting worse. As I got older, they were getting worse. And then I ended up in hospital in A&E again. I was ovulating basically. One night I was continuously vomiting. My mum was like, "What the hell?" I don't really vomit. I only vomit when I'm in pain. I don't throw up because I've eaten something funny. I would just have diarrhea. I don't throw up when I'm in, like, I don't throw up from like things, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not someone to really throw up. But one night I was vomiting profusely. My mum was like, "What the fuck?" Like, drove to hospital, I was vomiting in the car. I couldn't walk, so I was just vomiting, had to get a wheelchair. And then I got admitted into A&E, into hospital, sorry, because I was ovulating. And long story short, that when I was ovulating, the egg burst open whilst it was traveling, apparently, something like that, ruptured. The fluids in the egg ruptured, and it irritated the lining of my stomach, which was causing me to vomit and vomit and vomit. From that day, I was given omeprazole, and I was also given birth control. I hated it. That made me more depressed, and I ended up dropping out of college because that birth control just messed me the frick up. So yeah, there's, I can't remember, like, there's an exact name for that. But that's basically what happened, because I remember I tweeted about it and people tried to tell me I'm lying. There was two people that were saying, "Oh, that can't happen," and I had to. Do you think I would lie about something like this? Do you think I would want to go through something like that? Are you okay? One thing about me, I don't lie. I don't lie. Why would I lie about suffering? Why would I lie? So yeah, there's a name for that. Can't remember the exact name, and I may be describing it wrong, but that's from what I can remember. That's what the doctor said to me, that yeah, it happened because I was ovulating. Um, and that's when I deeped it, and I was like, you know what? Being a woman is not fun. I've suffered too much. I've suffered too much. And then yeah, periods were just worse. I was on birth control for a bit. That didn't help. That made me depressed. I hated everyone. I hated the world. I had to drop out of college. Even secondary school, like I didn't. I was barely in school. Like towards the end, like year 10, 11, I was barely in because I was just very unwell because of my periods, and because I got diagnosed with IBS as well, like a week after my surgery. So I was just in and out of school. In and out of school, college, I had to drop out. University, I couldn't go because my mum was just really scared in case I ended up fainting or throwing up on my periods and no one's there. Um, and also, that was when my periods started to get really bad. I knew that I wouldn't. There's no way in how I would have been able to like complete university or whatever with the way I was. So yeah, and then y'all, sorry, I'm sorry. And then getting older now. Oh, sorry, getting older. Um, they got worse and worse and worse. Why am I getting... I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know why I have 14 Twitter notifications. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway. So yeah, as I got older, things didn't get any better. I had another surgery when I was 22. I had a twisted cyst on my left ovary. So my ruptured cyst was on my right ovary, and then I had a twisted cyst on my left ovary. And I got that removed in 2021, I believe. By that time, I was full on vomiting, fainting. I can't keep jobs. And this is kind of why I say, like, having periods. So I'm trying to open my water bottle while I was holding the mic. But this is why I say having period pains to this level can get very depressing, because even though people see me go out all the time, firstly, even though people see me go out all the time, me snapping, doing up a girl, shake ass, whatever, you guys see what I post. Just because someone is posting does not mean that's all that they do. And I'm going to talk about this in another video, because I'm going to talk about how periods have affected, like, my friendships and relationships, and, like, yeah, because someone asked me this on TikTok live, and that was a very good question, and I'm definitely going to make a video. But yeah, just because I'm out here outside doing the most does not mean that I'm not suffering. Like, a lot of the time before I go out, I have to take medication. People don't see that, and I'm not expecting that. You can't... I don't know. Listen, let me not get started. But yeah, let me not get started. That's a whole different video. And if anyone that I know is offended, then I don't give a fuck. I could care less. But all I know for a fact is that the closest people to me, there's not one person that I feel a type of way about. And to be fair, even me saying this, there's not someone in mind that I have that I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe they don't know. But I don't know, if you call me your friend and you don't, do you know, let me talk about this. Let me talk about this in another video. But anywho, okay, cool. So 22, 21, I can't remember, had another thingy, cyst. And I was on birth control again. I was in a relationship, but that's not why I was on birth control. I was just on birth control because of my periods. Obviously, when you're in a relationship, it has its benefits, let's be real. So, so yeah. I honestly feel like the birth control caused the cyst. 100%. I'm so, because it was the same year, and it was only like 2-3 months after I stopped taking the birth control, that's when I had the cyst. So I'm very, like, 1000% positive that's what caused it. I'm very, 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 very against birth control. I'm gonna do a video about birth control. I'm gonna have my girl who has been severely affected by birth control, not severely, but heavily affected by birth control. I'm gonna have her talk as well, because yeah. So anyways, yeah, my periods were just getting worse and worse and worse. And endometriosis was still never brought to the table. They never said, maybe you have this, maybe you have that. They just said, I'm prone to getting cysts, and I should take birth control to stop my periods. That's all they said. Now at the age of 25, I had another cyst last year. Last year I was admitted into hospital in April. They found a cyst. It wasn't big, but they found it. And the hospital I go to, the gynecological team are very familiar with me. And yeah, he basically said, there's like a lot of doctors, but they're all very, very familiar with who I am, because I've been going there since I was 12, 13. Whenever I had my first cyst, that's, you know what I mean? And he said, look, Rashida, you've had 2 operations on your ovaries already. We don't want your ovaries to start getting weak. The more surgeries you have on your ovaries, the weaker they're going to become. So we're just going to monitor you for a few months, see if the cyst goes. If it doesn't go and it gets bigger and it causes pain, we're going to have to operate on you. But yeah, so the cyst thankfully went. But yeah, endometriosis or nothing, no condition was ever brought to the table. And I feel like when I was younger, I just kind of accepted, you know what, this is my life and it is what it is. I don't know what's wrong because doctors kept saying nothing was wrong. I didn't know what endometriosis was. I didn't know anything really. So I just kind of accepted it and I was like, you know what, it is what it is. Like, it's whatever. But as I got older and doctors kept throwing birth control in my face trying to get me to take it again and again and again, I was like, hold up. I've been suffering for 12 years, right? And you want me to go on birth control to stop my periods to manage the pain better when you don't even know the reason for this pain. And I remember one day just sitting in my bed and thinking deep, and I was like, someone has been going through this all their life. Well, from the moment they started their periods. I had a cyst on my ovary that ruptured at the age of 13, 14, 12, 13, 14, one of them, sure. From a younger age, my periods ain't getting any better. I'm vomiting and fainting from my periods. And you want to sit here and tell me this shit is normal. And I was like, nah. And from that day on, I said, I'm getting to the bottom of this shit. If it takes me 5 years for them to find me to get me a diagnosis, let it be. But I'm like, from that day, I don't know, something just took over my mind. And I was just like, they're not going to keep invalidating me. Because I feel like when you are young and as you get older and you just keep hearing, there's nothing wrong with you. It's normal. Girls go through this. When you first start your periods, they're going to be painful. But as you get older, they'll be fine. And everything's getting worse. You should not accept it. And this is why I always tell girls, fight. And I know it's easier said than done. Trust me. I know it's easier said than done. This is a journey that I've been on and I'm still going through it, you know? Like, this is something that I'm going to have forever and I'm going to have to keep fighting for myself. But when you've had a condition for so many years and doctors just invalidate you, you get numb and you're used to getting disappointed, and no one should be used to disappointment, especially from such a young age. And my mum was always my advocate, but my mum didn't really know what endometriosis was. She didn't know what PCOS was. She just about knew what cysts were because I had two. Well, three now, but back then, two. So she didn't really do research, you know, and I don't blame her at all. Like, I really, really don't. But yeah, like, I was just thinking, like, I've been suffering for so many years and you want me to just accept this and be like, this is my life, it is what it is. Fuck that. Even if I get a diagnosis and I have to suffer for the rest of my life, at least I know what it is. And then I can navigate from there and change my diet or research medications or like natural remedies to like help me, you know? And from that day on, I was like, fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. And here I am today. And it's definitely made me a stronger person, like 100%. Definitely made me a stronger person because, like I said, my daughters will never ever, if I have kids, in fact, because with this world, the way the world is, I don't know, but if I have daughters, they will not go through the whole invalidating process. No way in hell. No way, like, no, they won't. But yeah, something just took over my body and I was just like, this ain't going off any longer. I can't keep a job. My last job I worked at Rolex, I had to leave. Because I ended up in hospital, period-related bloody issues. But yeah, I had my life has been paused, and honestly, like I'm blessed and I'm lucky that my family are in a position where financially I won't have to struggle, but I can't rely on my family. I can't rely on my brothers. I want my own money, and I do have it, but like I want more. The fuck? Like I, if you want nice things in life, you need to have money, you know. And I got nice things because of my brothers, you know. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm blessed. I'm very grateful. I'm very very blessed. But all in all, like all jokes aside, like it has affected me. Seeing people, it's not like I'm envious or jealous of people. Absolutely not. No way in hell. But I see people my age and I'm like, damn, you're really doing your thing. Like, God bless you, well done. And to me, I'm just like, damn, girl, you can't do that. You can't do that. I can, but is it gonna last long? No, it's not. I could apply for a job today and get a job today. 9 days later, I'm gonna start PMSing. Done. I'm fired. I'm gonna get fired because PMS. PMS for me is basically my periods. Like the same pain I get whilst I'm on my periods is the same pain I get when I'm PMSing. The only difference is I don't faint and vomit when I'm PMSing. But the pain I experience when I'm PMSing, I have to call my mum in my room. I am bedbound. I lose weight. I can't eat. I can't sleep. I feel sick. I get dizzy. I can't do shit when I'm PMSing. And yeah, and I PMS 9 days before my period. Not even 2 days, not 3 days. 9 fucking days before my period. How the hell am I gonna do stuff? I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing. And then my period comes. And my period is now changed to 5 days, 6 days. And then 2 days after my period, the next 2 or 3 days, as soon as my period's done, exhaustion. The level of tiredness I get, like I get so tired after my period. When my period's done, I am exhausted. It's like my whole body, like if you've been in severe pain, not even like mild pain, severe pain for 4 or 5 days, when the pain is done, you're gonna feel the effects. Your body is gonna feel like you've been hit by a truck. So the next few days after my period's done is spent me just in bed, feeling horrible, feeling sore. I'm exhausted, I'm tired, my mind is tired, physically I'm tired. I don't want to talk to anyone, I just want to sleep. And then by the time that's done, I'm ovulating. Ovulation comes with pain. So all in all, throughout a month, I would honestly say I probably have a week being pain free. Me saying pain free is even very light because I now have nerve damage in my hip because of endo. That pain is every day and that pain is constant. No medication helps that. So it's constant pain, but the pain in my leg, in my hip, I have days where I'm bedbound, I have days where I can't walk, and I have days where I'm fine. Like, I have days where I can, you know? But yeah, so realistically, I'm never pain free, but there are days where it is more bearable. But yeah, like, it's been a long journey, it's been a hard journey. Um, it hasn't been easy, but I do feel like my family and my friends, like, I ain't gonna get emotional, guys. If I feel like I'm stopping this, yeah, because you know I ain't gonna. God forbid you not see me cry. I'll never leave a video of me crying on the internet. But if it wasn't for my family and friends, honest to God, I would have been gone time ago. And I'm just, I'm keeping it real. This podcast, I said I'm gonna be very real with you guys. If it wasn't for my family and friends, I'd be done. I would have dipped time ago. I would have been gone a long time ago because this is not easy. And when I say friends, I mean my close friends, not friends I just see at motives. Like, y'all are there for a good time, not a long time. No offense, but I'm talking about my closest friends, my girls especially. I'm not even gonna name them before I miss someone out, Bax. But you guys know who you are. Like, if it wasn't for my brothers and my mum and my godmom and my cousins and my closest girls and a few of my male friends as well. I'm not going to say all of them because no, but a few of them. If it wasn't for you guys, I don't know where I would be because they are the reason I'm here today. And it gets hard. It's And regardless, like I said, the main reason why I started this podcast is because regardless of all the love, you guys have seen how expressive I am towards my mum and my friends. But it gets lonely as hell. It gets so lonely, and that's what also kind of spirals into a depression, because no matter how much love I have around me, they don't know what it's like unless they're going through the exact level of pain that I'm going through, or even worse. And my heart really goes out to the girls who have it worse than me, because I don't know how you're coping and I don't know how you're surviving. But I really hope this video reaches you and you know that we're all in this together, and you can come to me whenever. Like, you can message me. I am here. I reply to everyone. I've replied to hundreds of messages and comments, and I'll continue, because that feeling of loneliness, it's not nice. It's not nice. And that is one of the biggest reasons as to why I've done this podcast, because so many girls have messaged me saying that they don't feel alone anymore, and they don't feel that they're going crazy because I've spoken up about it. And I'm not doing this podcast for sympathy. I've got enough love around me. I don't need sympathy from other people. I'm doing this to help other girls, and I'm doing this so other girls don't feel alone, because like I said, I know how it feels, and it is horrible. It is a horrible, 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 horrible feeling. It's not nice. So that's why I'm doing this. But yeah, that's kind of like my journey with periods. I don't know if I've kind of mentioned everything, but yeah, PMS is painful for me. Ovulation is painful for me. But yeah, I had my laparoscopy, and yeah, recovery hasn't been easy. It's been hard. Not gonna lie, it's been hard. Well, it's been easy and hard. I feel like the pain is a lot. The pain is a lot. I won't lie. Especially the gas pain when they blow up your stomach with nitrogen. Nitrogen? Chai, am I saying the right chemicals, boy? I think it is, whatever. They blow up your stomach with gas. You wake up and the pain you get is horrid. Of all three of my surgeries, this has been the most pain. Oh, child, the pain was horrible. Apparently peppermint tea and chewing gum helps. That's what my surgeon said. So I had gum. My brother bought peppermint tea, but I just couldn't bother to drink it. But the pain just subsided as days went by. But that was horrible as well. Yeah, I'll probably do another video talking about like laparoscopies and like how to prepare. I might just do like a TikTok on it. I don't know, but yeah. And then pain in my hip, because I know a lot of girls have messaged me saying that doctors haven't validated them, and how I kind of figured it out. It was to do with endo and like my symptoms. So my symptoms with the pain in my hip, burning sensation, and the reason that I actually clocked is to do my periods, and my doctor did it as well, is because initially my doctor thought I just like injured myself, and then this is when the pain first kind of started. I didn't even know what the heck it was as well, and this pain in my hip was what led me to putting my foot down and being like, okay, I need to figure out what the fuck is going on, because what even happened? I think this started like when I was on my periods or when I was ovulating or whatever. But as time went by, I realised that the pain gets worse when I'm PMSing or when I'm ovulating or when I'm on my periods. And obviously that's when your hormones are up and down. So yeah, I put two and two together. I went to my doctor. I was like, this pain happens when I'm on my period or when I'm cramping, and he was like, yep, it's definitely a gynecological issue then. And I'm blessed because my doctor is amazing. He is amazing. He is very, God bless Dr. Munchie. Yeah, you're amazing. He's a very, very good doctor. But yeah. Sorry, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, so the pain in my hip, I get burning pain, like I said, especially during my periods, ovulating, PMSing. That's when all my symptoms get worse. Burning pain, it radiates to my foot swells up. When I walk sometimes, my leg gets really red and it feels like it's on fire, and it gets very itchy, like it's horrible. pins and needles. I get pins and needles a lot, a lot. On the same leg, and it's not like pins and needles where it's just like it hurts. This hurts. It really does hurt. What else? I can't really sit cross, like with my legs crossed, without it being painful. Those are the main things, to be fair, and even just endometriosis in general. I'm gonna list all my symptoms. So the hip pain is one. That's what pushed me. That's what led me to putting my foot down and getting diagnosed in the first place. Vomiting and fainting on my periods. Sometimes I vomit when I'm ovulating as well. Get really bad migraines when I'm ovulating as well. So after my periods and when I'm ovulating, I get really bad migraines. Feeling sick, feeling extremely dizzy, no appetite, can't eat. My weight fluctuates a lot because of, 1 minute I'm hungry, the next minute I'm vomiting everywhere and having diarrhea. Pain in my belly button, sharp pain in my belly button, sharp pain when I'm urinating, pain when I'm emptying my bowels as well. TMI, brothers, if you're watching this now, I'm telling you to pause this or turn this off or skip this bit that I'm about to say. Pain after sex, cramping after sex. What else? Pain in my thighs for sure. Yeah, pain in my thighs. Lower back pain, chest pain. I get chest pain. And all these symptoms happen when the only symptoms that don't happen when I'm PMSing and when I'm ovulating are fainting and vomiting. Vomiting only happens when I have severe migraines. But every symptom I listed, that it happens when I'm PMSing, on my period, plus fainting and vomiting and ovulating. If you guys know what I mean. Ovulating, it can be painful and it can be manageable, but all in all it's very painful. But ovulating is probably when I'll have a tiny bit of a break, and then after I ovulate, that's when I'm like, I can breathe for a bit. But yeah, those are all my symptoms. I probably missed out a few others, but those are the main symptoms that I can think of, that I've been suffering with for all these years. And yeah, and the pain after sex didn't even happen up until like I don't know, probably like last year or the year before. I don't know. That's when it probably started. And obviously it's not the case for everyone, but don't believe people when they say as you get older your periods will get better. Because I'm not going to say I never ovulated when I was younger, because of course I did, but I just didn't know what it was. But I never had ovulation pain when I was younger. I never had PMS pain when I was younger. I never craved food when I was younger. My periods were painful, but never this painful when I was younger. Boy, let me tell you, brace yourself, because shit's about to get real. I never had mood swings, never. When I'm on my periods and when I'm ovulating, if you tell me to cry, I could cry. I'm not an emotional girl, but my God, the emotions, the PMS, the PMDD, I'm going to do another video of that as well. But yeah, I pray in Jesus' name, if you're younger than me, I pray you don't have my story. I pray you don't have to feel the way I felt and the way other girls have felt. And I pray your story is different to mine, and I pray it does get better for you. But yeah, I know a lot of girls who have said it doesn't get better as I get older. And yeah, I honestly feel like as well the reason that a lot of girls realise in their 20s, their early mid-20s, that they have endo, that they have adenomyosis, that they have fibroids, that they have PCOS, is because doctors dismiss us as teenagers. And this is why I'm so strong on girls having an advocate for them, or you doing your research, because yes, I'm sitting here making videos and yes, I'm trying to be as informative, but I'm not a doctor. And for me to get to this point where I feel ready to even sit and do this, and for me to get to a point where I'm going to doctors, putting up my phone with notes from this doctor, notes from that doctor, notes from doctors who have researched about endometriosis for years, watching videos, educating myself. I have had to educate myself for me to go to doctors and put my foot down. They're not going to take you seriously. You need to put your foot down. You can't just go into a doctor's office and be like, yeah, I think I have endo, I have pain, I throw up. You need to put your foot down and you need to be firm and strong. And like I said, it does get exhausting trying to be strong. And this is why have an advocate. Even if it's your friend who's the same age as you, your male friend, your brother, your sister, your auntie, your uncle, your niece, your nephew who's older, I don't know. I don't know. Just have an advocate for you and have someone who will speak up on your behalf, because like I said, it does get draining. But for me to get to a point where I had to make doctors take me serious and not look at me like I'm crazy, and understand that I'm not here to play, I'm not your friend. And I'm not saying I go to doctor's appointments ready to like being rude, but as someone who has a chronic condition who has been dismissed for years, it's unfortunate that a lot of us actually, before we go to doctor's appointments, people are crying already before they even step into the place, step into the doctor's office, step into the hospital to see a gynecologist. People are already hyperventilating, people are already crying, people are already preparing themselves for disappointment. And I used to do the same as well. But you're not about to play me. You're not about to act as if I'm the crazy one. You know, like I'm the one going through this, and I feel like I have an amazing doctor, like amazing GP doctor. He is a male, but I feel like it's especially cheeky when male doctors try and dismiss my pain. You do not have ovaries, you don't have a uterus, and you're trying to tell me my pain is normal. Like, and I'm not saying women don't do the same, because boy, have I worked in places, especially House of CB. Yeah. Woo, when I used to work there, the way I got dismissed, I said, yeah, women are really insane. But yeah, women definitely do the same. But my personal opinion, like not opinion, but like from what I've experienced, it's more male doctors who have dismissed me than female doctors, than women. But yeah, it's just the audacity, because it's like you don't even like, huh? When male doctors dismissed me, I burst out laughing. Like my last appointment with a male doctor, male gynecologist, he tried to dismiss me, and I sat there and I was like, "Do you have a uterus?" May I ask you? And he just looked at me and I said, "All right then. So why are you trying?" Like, I don't like arguing, but I'm a confrontational person. I don't like arguing, but if I have to be confrontational, I have no problem doing it, especially when it comes to my health. Life is already hard. You're not about to come and make me seem like I'm going crazy. Nope, 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 nope. So yeah, like I said, like I'm not a doctor. I can make so many videos on this and I can put up bullet points of facts on the screen. But you as an individual, you need to do your own research on this yourself. You need to, like, I'm not Google. I can't help you with everything. I don't have the answers to everything. I'm doing these podcasts to encourage other girls and to help other girls and to make other girls not feel alone. But you need to do your research. Like, you need to do your research and you need to put your foot down. I had to put on my big girl pants and be like, fuck this shit, I'm not going through this any longer. And yeah, I might have endo for the rest of my life, but I'm not going through it any longer, in terms of I'm not going to let doctors keep dismissing me. I'm not going to let doctors bring me down. I'm not going to let doctors feel like I'm crazy, because I'm not crazy. I've been going through this since I've started my periods. Periods have always been painful for me since the age of 12. I'm 25. Like, this is not fun. I don't enjoy this. I have scars all over my stomach now. I don't enjoy this. It's not pretty. It's not cute. But yeah. And I feel good. I feel great. I feel great. Making doctors feel stupid makes me feel happy. The good doctors out there, the great gynecologists out there, the great surgeons out there who listen to women and don't dismiss them, God bless you. The ones who do, y'all can go to hell. But anyways, this video is almost an hour long. And yeah, I need to eat. My mum's made food. And I love my food. But yeah. So yeah, I'm just recovering. I'm at home recovering, chilling, chillaxing, and yeah, sitting here has been uncomfortable, but It's always. But yeah, that's basically like my period story. There's more, but that's like the that's the reason why I'm here today, and that's the reason why I'm doing all this. But yeah, I'm gonna go now. I hope you guys enjoy it. I don't want to commit to certain days that I'm gonna upload, but I'm definitely gonna have multiple videos and then like say certain days, because obviously, you know, when you have period pains, you know that you're gonna be in pain, and I'm in pain quite often. I'm not gonna have energy to record all the time, but I definitely don't want to have like a 4 week break in between, because my last video was 4 weeks ago. I want it to be more frequent for sure. Um, so yeah, after this video, I'm definitely gonna have like a schedule, you know. But anyways, thanks for listening, guys. Bye.